Thank you, my guy. Someone said good luck with your podcast. I appreciate it. What's up, Nate? Hell yeah. There's like I said, there's a really great, space for people to do that at an open mic, which is awesome. But you got to be able to have an audience. So I definitely think that that's important. And I think that goes into my next topic, which is that I do something kind of unique, or I can't really say kind of, it is unique in this area, and that I do all arts open mics. Like I said, I'm a musician. I'm not a comedian. Almost every single open mic I know is run by comedians or hosted by comedians. I don't think there's any other musicians out there that do this, at least that to my knowledge, or at least in the Tri-County area, I could be wrong, and if I am, hit me up. Let's link up. Musicians unite. But it's I feel like I'm entering a territory that I'm unfamiliar with and that I'm learning as I go along. And it's a really fun process for sure. But I definitely think I see things differently than comedians, and I embrace that. I think that that's something that I can learn from, and I think that hopefully people can learn from my perspectives as well. So that's what I want to do with sharing this podcast, is share the things that I think of when I'm creating a show, things I think of when I'm booking someone, things I think of when I'm working with talent or when I'm hosting a show. Why am I doing the things that I do? I'm a crazy ass motherfucker, but I definitely have a rhyme to my reason and a method to my madness. So part of this podcast is to try and explain that, things going on, and to have more people be able to share their creative processes. So, like I said, I'll be having someone later on. Tony Dark should be coming by as soon as he's, done running around. I say running around, but really he's just, he's probably at home, still getting ready after he said he'd be here in like 20 minutes or whatever. He runs on Tony time, and I love that. And I also don't love that. It's a double-edged sword. But, sometimes people be like that. People need to run on their own time. So I got a question from one of the people watching my live stream right now. When are you going to be uploading your podcasts? Well, I am shooting for every Tuesday. I'd like to be able to upload them every Tuesday. That's definitely the best day of the week for me to do something like this. What's up, Salty Sam? Hell yeah, brother. That's definitely something I'd like to do consistently, and to be able to feature the performers that I have coming up on the shows, and to interview other event producers in the area as well, get their opinions on, the process, what they've learned, what they've, figured out works and what doesn't. And I'd like to share and compare experiences as well, and opinions about the scene and where it can go. Again, I think this is an awesome community, and I love being a part of it. It's really rewarding, and I think that, I offer a different perspective, like I was saying before, compared to people who are comedians that run open mics, because I definitely do things differently. I've heard from a lot of people that I'm making lots of waves, I'm making lots of noises, and that's the intention, But I'm letting the work show for it. We've been having really good turnouts for all of our events, which I'm thankful for. I'm blessed. I feel blessed, I'm not religious, but hell yeah. And it's dope, man. Thank you, Salty. I love you, my man. You learned a lot from me. Aw, thank you, bro. I appreciate you. I'm gonna have you up on the podcast, dog. You gotta come by, man. And I want to be on your podcast because, like, you're an inspiration for a podcast to begin with. Like, you got that nice setup. That shit's dope, bro. So thank you. That's inspirational. That means a lot, and it means a lot to have a community of really, really amazing performers who support my events. You know, I like I said, I'm quite new into the scene, but I'm doing what I can to provide the opportunities for people, and that's what I'm about. You know, trying to feed the homies, trying to feed the family, and you know, it's not hard as a small business, small starting business, especially right after this whole pandemic and everything. It's quite difficult, you know, but you know, you got to just keep pushing on through. And sorry, I'm clicking waves and stuff. And you got to just keep doing it. Thank you, Shady, King of the Throne. I feel like it in this chair right now. I'm in this like swing chair in the back of Karma Kava right now. And it's a pretty dope spot to record things. They actually do rent out this room for people who are interested. Again, Karma Kava, downtown Fort Lauderdale. Tomorrow night, we're going to be having a show. Tickets are $10, general admit, and then $20 VIP, which is front row, couch, cushions, super awesome. Not couch cushions, it's a couch, and the couch has cushions. So I'm fucking stupid. I don't know why I said that. But yeah, just go to our page, Out the Box Showcase, on Instagram. You can click the link in our bio and you can get tickets right through there. Or if you message Intracoastal Entertainment, which is my company, make sure you guys follow us, Intracoastal. You can message the account, just type in the word ticket, or even send that little ticket emoji, and you'll be sent links to all of our Eventbrites. So you guys can definitely come through, and you guys definitely should, because we got a killer lineup. It's going to be a really phenomenal show, and I can't wait for our show on Thursday as well at CNI Studios. That's going to be an amazing night, such an amazing venue, one of my favorite venues now. I remember going there like 2 years ago and being like, this is such a sick spot. I want to do something just like this. And now I have the venue, which is kind of really cool in retrospect. So it's nice. And thank you, Southpaw. It's an amazing musician that's local in the area. He's actually going to be joining the show soon as well. We'll be having him on the podcast. And he'll be actually one of the performers this Thursday. You can catch him CNI Studios playing a half-hour set, the intermission set at our show. It's going to be sick. Again, that's CNI Studios. Brew Next Door is technically the name if you want to look up on your Google Maps, Apple Maps, whatever. Fort Lauderdale. Tomorrow, Thursday night, you're not going to want to miss it. But tomorrow, Karma Kava, downtown Fort Lauderdale. So we're trying to take over Broward, you know, going slowly but surely. Got some more venues lined up for November, especially. Got 2 new venues in November for some showcases. One of them is going to be primarily art themed, so live art with some music, possibly some comedy. Still have to work out the details with that. But that's going to be a really cool venue. Actually in Flagler as well. Really close by to, you know, Wilton Manors, and it's in Fort Lauderdale, so it's a nice area right in downtown. Really cool vibes, partially indoor, partially outdoor. So it's going to be a unique venue, and I love having, you know, again, like I was saying earlier, unique venues. It's a challenge depending on where you go, and it's really fun. People freaking, you know, you never know. I'm sorry. I'm like, your voice is soothing. Thanks, Shady. I appreciate you. I've gotten from a lot of people that that I should do like radio or voiceover. I have had. Thank you. I have had. There was someone when I was in college. They wanted me to do voice acting. I've always enjoyed that. I've always thought about doing voiceovers. But I've never followed through with it. I've been more of a singer and stuff like that. But I appreciate y'all. Yeah, there's a big ass heart. I don't even know how how that happened. That was really cool. Thank you, Shady. Let me see. There's another question. Oh, there's even more questions. Let's see, Shady. What was the thing that made you start doing music? That's a great question. Um, so I actually started when I was 6 years old. I'm 23 now, so that's like almost 18 years I've been playing guitar. But when I was 5, I really, really wanted to play an instrument. I told my parents, for Christmas, I wrote to Santa. I was like, yo, give me a guitar, bro. Like, I want a guitar. And Santa brought me a keyboard. I was upset. I was actually upset. I told my parents, what's wrong with Santa? Can he not read? I asked for a guitar. And my parents are like, oh my God, this fucking kid. Like, all right, fine, we'll get you a guitar. So the next year for Christmas, they enrolled me at a music school, a private music school, not like I went to regular school and then I had lessons once a week, private lessons once a week at a really cool spot, ASM Music Schools in Cooper City. I went there for 13 years. I learned a lot. I learned everything over there. Music theory, knowledge of being able to read music, sight reading music. I picked up a little bit of keyboard while I was there, a little bit of drums, and I further refined that throughout college. There was a period, though, in my life where I was interested in theater, which was all of high school, honestly. High school going into college, my first 2 years, I did theater, and I learned the other aspect, which I think has helped me a lot with my open mics, doing improv and acting on the stage and being a part of shows and casts. And, the whole theater world is really cutthroat. It's very cut and dry. And I think I bring a lot of what I've learned in theater into my event production. So there are things that I expect from my performers. And I say my performers because, technically, like, I'm hiring them and, I'm compensating them, to the best of my ability, of course, like, and within reason as well. If you don't put any effort into the production, I'm going to remember that. I'm going to remember every single person that does not, follow instructions or who doesn't post or doesn't bring people or stuff like that. Every step of the process is very crucial and very important to me. And I definitely take my theater roots and translate that into my events now. Like I said, in theater, if you show up late, you're fired. Like, there's hundreds of other people who want the job that you have, and I think a lot of people forget that they're replaceable. Especially at this level, because I'm a Joe Schmo too. You know what I mean? Like, but you gotta be able to be 100% professional, even with other Joe Schmoes. Like, your professionalism reflects your attitude, to me at least, about what you think of, the event, me, the work that I put in. I do a lot of shit for the shows, and Tony does too. We both put in a lot of work to make the shows, run the way they do, look the way they do, feel the way they do, and we pick the people who are a part of the showcases pretty carefully. And if we learn something about their methods or their ability to want to work with us, or then we remember that for sure. I remember that. I remember every single thing. I haven't had that many events. I've had a good amount, but like, I still, it's not like I'm going to forget, the first one that I did and what happened that night. Like, it wasn't that long ago, but, people who call out day of, vendors who show up late. I remember all of that. I have a very good memory for that. I'm a stoner though, so